Amen. You can send me a mail through the mail scrolling on your screens. With Jesus' joy, can you join me? Make welcome to our esteemed guest for today. My name is Tony Adokie, your host. Stay glued to your screens. What else would you rather be doing? Join me as I sail along. Friends, are you ready? Let's go.
Jesus is writing my story. He's redeeming the time. Jesus will change my life. He will fix my life.
Hello, amazing people. Welcome to another special edition of your favorite program, My Story, His Glory. Today, we'll be talking to a special guest in our midst. Okay, I'd love for you to call your friends, call your neighbors, sit down, relax, and enjoy the full program. Okay, my name as usual is Tony Adokie, and our guest here will be introducing himself. He is an actor, he is a lecturer, he is a music minister, and so much more. Let's hear from him, please. Go ahead, sir. Introduce yourself.
All right. Good day, beautiful people. My name is Ovunda. I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Theatre and Film Studies, University of Port-Harcourt. I'm also a chief in my community, and just like he said, I'm an actor trainer, I'm a dancer, I'm a singer and composer, I'm a producer and director for stage and screen. Well, I do many things as God wills it.
Thank you so very much, sir. Okay, he is a lecturer. I've known him to be a dancer. I've known him to be an actor and so many other things. Right now, we'll focus more on his music ministry. That's how I want to put it.
Yeah.
So, there's this new single that you have just released. Oga Pata Pata.
Yes.
Okay. How did music add to the list of your many talents?
Music has always been there. It
Wow.
has always, in
Wow.
fact, after secondary school, I wanted to study music.
Really?
Yes, I wanted to study music, but my parents wouldn't let me that time. I'm the firstborn, and in those days, you know how it used to be. Music was like something that was not part of something that can put food on your table. So my parents wouldn't like my firstborn going to study music.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so it wasn't going to work, and because of that, I also elected to do theater arts.
Okay.
They refused to. Yes, in fact, I was forced into banking and finance.
Wow.
You know, I had the papers, but that was not what I wanted to do.
Was it what you studied eventually?
No. After my first year, that was the, I think, 93 strike. There was a 9 months during Babangida's time. So during that long strike period, I used it to gather liver. And then I told my people that if school resumes, I won't go to school again now. They say, well, I said, people don't want me to do what I want to do. And it took my uncle and my aunt's intervention. My uncle lives in the US, so he came back for a visit. And then when he heard that that's what I wanted to study, he was like, in the US, this is not an all-commerce course or theater. People who do it are children of rich people. If that's what he wants to do, people should allow him now. So that was how I was allowed to go and do certificate program in theater arts in Uniport.
Wow.
And then I wrote jam again.
Okay.
and put in music and dramatic arts. At
Determination.
yes, at Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I got that admission, but by then I had done the certificate program in Uniport and didn't want to leave Uniport again, so I had to continue in Uniport. So I didn't go to Nnamdi Azikiwe. So if not, I would have been in Nnamdi Azikiwe to do music and dramatic arts. So music has always been there.
Wow, wow. Okay, I'm wondering, where did music come from? Did you have anyone in the family that was musically inclined, or was it by inspiration? Or
it runs in the blood. My father was a choir master, and
I see.
from Even in secondary school at Bishop Crowd, I was a choir master there too.
Okay.
Yes. So from small, I was a chorister. I had started, going. I always go to choir practice with my dad. Although there are other people who are choristers, but then the passion was stronger in me. It was just I found joy doing
music.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say music comes for them like a natural thing. Like some people say when they were quite young, they started playing drums. When they were quite young, they started singing, mimicking all manner of music artists and so on. Was there anything like that for you? Was there anything special that showed in your childhood?
Yes. My mother used to yap me, when I was even when I could barely talk, but then I could mimic what is that song? I'm pressing on the upward way in the tonic sulfur.
Yes.
So do mi re do la, and my mom was making me say, see when you were saying, say sha do mi e do ya sha do mi do ya, But I think
that was a sign.
That was
something coming.
Things will come exactly.
All right. I saw one of your music videos titled Oga Pata Pata.
Yeah.
Oga Pata Pata. I played it over and over again, By close observation, from the kind of music that you release, it's clear that you are a Christian, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how did your salvation come about? And just go ahead.
Yeah.
Just tell us how.
I have always been a Christian. Well, from upbringing, I didn't fall into this category of saying when I was so and so place and then I had to start going. I have always been a Christian. It's like a family tradition, but you see, it is different from being churchy. All right.
Okay.
As maturity comes in, you begin to understand better why you are a Christian. It goes there from one step to another, from one step to another, from one step to another. Now, the reason why I may not sit down here to say, well, I've never believed in it anyway, to say on so and so date I became a Christian. Why I don't believe in it is because every day we falter, and then we have to always confess our sins. So when I say I was a Christian last week, the date will keep changing because every time God forgives us and we are renewed again, all the things we did have become past and we are a new creature. We are always new creatures every time. So that's why I always feel safe to say I've always been a Christian, and I keep understanding better and better why I'm a Christian and what is expected of me as a Christian.
Okay, from the message in the song Oga Pata Pata, Jesus is the one you're pointing at as your Oga Pata Pata. Can I say that Jesus is your Lord and your Savior?
Of course.
Okay, how? You've already answered that question. I wanted to ask how, because to me there should be a point where you should say, okay, I made up my mind to follow Jesus or to serve Jesus from so points. Is there no such thing that you can remember and say, okay, from secondary school, from university days, or from so?
That's why I said so. That's why I said so. Christianity has been a tradition. All right.
Yes.
And as you grow, you get more matured in that line. Most of the people I grew up with, even in this music part, some of them no longer go to church. Some have veered into some other thing. Some have veered into secular music, But I didn't think that's why I got into the music ministry. There is a reason why I got into music ministry, and that reason is solely for gospel.
Okay, can you hold the thought a bit now? There is a reason why you got into gospel music. Share with us, why exactly did you go into gospel music?
Because I feel that
like I know some of your colleagues, you have said it already,
of course,
they veered into other things. I can guess strongly that they veered into all those kind of different other things because of let me say money.
Pecuniary, yes. Pecuniary
Mostly because they wanted to find a means of
livelihood. Yes.
So for you, how come you sustained or you maintained that same course?
I made a vow that this is going to be my service to God.
Okay.
You know, the music ministry.
Yes.
And I made bold to say that in the course of that service, many other doors have opened for me.
Wow.
So I feel that God pays me with other things while I'm serving Him through this form.
Okay. So we can gather from what he's saying now that it pays to serve God.
I speak from my heart.
And that
there's a song like
there's
that.
no better person to pay you for serving God than God Himself.
Finish. He raises men to pay you with.
Wow.
In fact, you see things that you can even step into places. It happens to me. I'm talking now from experience. I do things that don't work for other people. You know, and whether anybody likes it or not.
Of your experiences, some of your testimonies, how these things have really opened door for you. But our viewers out there want to know, how exactly does God pay? Does God come down and give you money? Does God put food in your kitchen? How? To explain to us how exactly God pays you for serving Him this way.
God raises men.
Okay.
God will raise men
to meet your needs.
Yeah, to meet your needs, especially in the areas you don't even expect. You know, when we talk about support and all that, you know, talking about all these pecuniary benefits. If I was looking for pecuniary benefit and support, I won't still be in the Anglican church, because I'm sorry to say, but I owe no apologies. It's still my church, but we are the least kind of people who support what we do. Yeah, we like finished products, but we don't support what we do. Now that is by the side. But you see, God raises men from different kinds of areas. I do other things. I'm a lecturer and I'm working. I do events. Okay. I am an artist. You understand?
What kind of an artist?
I'm a theater artist. Yeah. I, do drama. I do all those things. Now, apart from my job where I am paid salary, I have these other little things that work for me in such a way that it doesn't work for other people. I can do a package and charge 1 million naira and get paid. Another person will do a package and won't be able to charge 200,000.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming?
So there's a unique kind of favor around
exactly,
what
there's a favor. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's when I walk in there, I dominate the place. Not for anything, but I think it just happens, and I feel that it's a favor from God.
Okay.
And so when He blesses me in that way, I also render this service and make sure that I continue in that service, which is why I'm always careful not to make a transaction out of my ministry.
Okay, you don't want the blessings God has given you, the giftings in you, to be traded
They are not for
per
sale.
se.
Yes.
So you can do anything to ensure that those gifts minister to the lives of people, because you actually understand that those gifts were given to you to use to be a blessing
to others. Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. I'd like for us to also find out a little more about if you have any word of advice for people that have this kind of gifts, because what you have shared now is an eye-opener. Okay, some people think that what they have, they may, this is your opinion, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Now, for them, what they have must be traded to get what they need. That God gave them those gifts as a blessing. Yeah. They will say that the blessing of the Lord make it rich. Yeah. And for them, they want that blessing to make them rich. So, would you say you are blessed because you have an extra source of income? There's an advantage to your own life, because you have something else you're doing that can help you to balance up. Those that don't have something else to do, what would be your counsel to them?
All right, you see, I've had to...
Because sometimes they are pressed with certain...
with needs. I have had needs. This kind of interaction with some persons. They say, they talk because they do other things. So
that is what I feel.
But you see, this ministry is not a job.
Okay.
It's not a job.
Okay. What is it?
It is ministry. And you see, when God wants to bless the works of your hand, it's like a music minister is a pastor.
Someone out there will be asking, what is music to you? Now that you're saying it's not a job, It
Yes.
is ministry.
Mhm.
Okay, can you break down for us what is ministry?
Music is an art. All right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That is why it has different genres. There is reggae, there is blues, there is this, there is... Music is an art. But when we come into gospel music, that's why I was coming to say a music minister is a pastor. All right? Now, in as much as pastors earn salaries and all that, but you see, whether we like it or not, you don't come out of school and they say, what do you want to do? What do you do for a living? You say, what you do for a living is pastor. At that point, you are transactional. All right? You can in your ministry, you know, you go to preach here, you do this and that, people get blessed. It is natural that when people get blessed, they will bless you. You don't even have to ask for it. People buy cars for pastors, give you car key. People build houses and say, sir, you have blessed me, take. It is the same thing with the music minister. It happens. Somebody has seen me, I was buying groceries in a supermarket, and he said, Ovunda, you are here? I said, yes, sir. I said, I came to buy things for the family. So I was pushing my trolley. He finished before me and was waiting for me at the pay point. When I got there, I said, oh, guy, you've not finished. He said he was waiting for me. I should come this way.
Waiting for you to take
my trolley. I
Okay.
should come this way. As I just got there, he said, please calculate and add it to my bill.
Wow.
I didn't beg him.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
Those are the favors, the kind of favors we are talking about. That is if you focus on the thing. And that's why I say it is not a job to say this is the job I do. Okay? My work is to sing in the church. So when you call me, you tell me how much you pay me before I come. When I come there and people get blessed, is it that they buy those blessings? You don't buy God's blessings. I don't believe it. I don't care what
You don't
anybody
buy
says.
God's blessings. Please, can you hold this thought? We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon.
Now you dey run am all, now you dey run things. Now you all, oga bata bata. Say Jesus make we let go. Oga bata bata. Now you dey run am all, now you dey run things. Now you all, oga bata bata. Say Jesus make we let go. King of glory, now you dey take us from story to glory. Story to glory. Lion of Judah, now you dey save us in times of danger. Times of danger. When men dey boast, them no know say, now you dey run am. Jesus, yemeji gemono, eze Jesus mbekulemo. Oga bata bata, now you dey run am, now you dey run things. Now you oga bata bata, eze Jesus mbekulemo. Oga pata pata, now you dey run am, now you dey run things. Now you oga pata pata, it's Jesus make we learn. As I dey run my hustle, you dey my side, dey bust my bubble. Bust my bubble. King of glory, I no fit recount your blessings. Recount your blessings. If man na God, I for dey beg to breathe for money. Jesus, yemeji gemono, ese Jesus mbekulemo. Oga o, oga pata pata, now you dey run am, now you.
Welcome back. All right, we're on the subject of whether to expect a reward as a music artist, gospel music artist, or not to expect a reward. Because I know the gifting that God has given to us to music ministers like Dr. Ovunda is here now is such that there's a temptation to expect a reward. Okay, that this can be a source of livelihood. My friends, my mates, my colleagues are out there making a lot of money from this giftings that they have. Why shouldn't I also make money from it? Now, are you saying that the demand of a form of reward for ministering to God's people should not be encouraged? Or you're saying that when the reward comes, you shouldn't take it? What is your take on this, sir?
Now, talking about expectation, of course, you will expect the reward. You can't be doing something and not expect it. Even when you are doing humanitarian services,
somehow there's
an expectation. The only thing that you are not asking for it. It is the demand here that I don't do. Whoever does it and has good reason, no problem. But for me, I don't. All right. Okay. If you call me to minister somewhere, I expect that you know my worth. You understand?
Yes.
That's the expectation. I expect, this man, okay, when he comes and we should give him something for fuel. All right? Yes. Depending on your capacity. What I will expect from you might not be the same thing I will expect from somebody else. I have gone to places to minister. After administration, they give me an envelope. I go back to their altar and drop it there and go away.
And they're not even aware?
Yes.
So that has to do with your personal conviction.
Exactly. I said, these people need money, but they give me. I just go there, drop it quietly, and off I go. I am fulfilled in what I have done.
Okay. Fulfillment is something that you get.
But you see,
yourself.
But that envelope that came, I expect something to come.
And you were glad when it came?
Yes, of course. That I put it back is my personal decision. All right?
Clear, yes.
Because if it comes, it is a fact to say that we appreciate what you have done. You have blessed us. That's why I say God blesses the works of your hands. So even somebody, the man who didn't call you, somebody in the congregation can also be blessed. I've gone to the church as a guest, and after another guest preacher preached, after he preached, I just went into my car, put money in an envelope and waited. After service, I went to him. I was blessed, sir. Please have this for your fuel. I wasn't the one who, I was also a guest. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is, there is difference between Ovunda, please, would like you to come and minister in our church on Wednesday. I said, so how much do you have? Sir, no, how much are you going to give me now? Sir, we have 50. No, make it 100. At that point, I've become transactional. Okay? Yes. That is the one I don't do. All right? We want you to come and minister in our church on Wednesday. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm free. Okay, I'll be there. Okay, I'll be coming with my team of 4 persons. What does it sound like? How many microphones? This one, that one. And for you to have to invite me, you know the kind of person you are inviting.
Yes, definitely.
What you have in mind for me will not be the same thing with what you have in mind for Panam Pesipol. He's a veteran, he's a very senior person. So I will not be inviting Panam Pesipol and then I expect that when he's going, I'll take 10,000, put in an envelope and give him. That will be an insult on his person. Whether he asks for it or not, it has to do with how I value him.
Okay.
All right. If, for instance, I'm coming to Lagos, you are in Lagos and you say, please, I want you to come and minister in Lagos. That's okay. No problem. Now I'm coming with 4 persons. So you make our flight arrangement and accommodation arrangement. I will ask for that one. Yeah, of course, you should know. So, but I will not sit and say, okay, Lagos, you know it's Lagos, so how much you go give us now? That is the part that is demanded. But expectation is normal for you to expect something.
Okay. Would you call yourself a professional gospel minister? Because from what you're saying now, I can imagine that probably it's because you also have other parts of your life. You're not doing this music thing as a full-timer. Okay, so you can have that excuse to say, okay, I can let go of certain things that I should be expecting to come in from this, my gifting. Okay, can you share with us, if you weren't having these other jobs to do, okay, your lecture jobs and other things, would you not have pursued music ministry with everything you have and have a particular standard, probably have a manager, have how your standards are if you're invited into a certain place, what would be your demands and so on?
I had my first album in the year 2000. I started working in 2008.
Okay, so the music thing in you
Has
was
been
there
there.
before you even
So it's not as if,
took a job, okay?
you know, when I applied for that job, I applied to be, I wanted to be a lecturer. Now, at the time that opening came, there was no advertisement for academic staff.
Okay.
Well, they said they didn't need, so they wanted non-academic staff, producers and all that.
Okay.
So I said, okay, let me just start with something. And I
point.
applied as a producer. In the interview, a professor that is not in my department, Professor Darefaka in history, he said, Mr. Ehumo, from the way you have been answering our questions, you talk more like an academic. Did people apply for? They say no, they didn't call for. Why didn't you apply? I said I didn't say any opening for academic. What if we make a case for you to employ you as academic staff? Will you take it?
Wow.
I said, Prof, that is what I've been. You see the favors I'm talking
Favor,
about?
I can see.
So I didn't apply for
Divine
academic staff,
arrangements.
but I got academic staff. You know, just like that.
Okay, but somewhere in your heart of hearts, you had an idea that you could do this lecture thing someday.
Yes, at a point I knew if they employ me as a producer, at the point when there's an opening I can convert to academic staff. But I was employed straight as an academic staff. You know, so those are the favors I'm talking about. So between the year 2000 and 2008, I had been in this. You know, so it's not as if it's because I'm working.
Okay, so at that time too, before you took the job, the same principles
It
still held
has
at that
been
time.
my stance.
Okay. All right. So the gift you have was given to you by God, and in everything you do, you acknowledge the fact that it was God that gave you this gift.
Yeah.
And that you must first use it as a blessing to His people, minister to them, encourage them, inspire them.
Of course.
You know, and so far, have you had testimonies? Have you had people come to you to say, "Oh, I've been blessed by your works, by your ministry. You sang, and something happened to me. I forgot about my challenges. You sang, and I was blessed." Have you had any such testimonies?
It happens many times. It happens many times. I get such things. Oh, today, in fact, as I was coming, I had a heavy heart. As in fact, after you sang, you led the praise session in church today. In fact, when I was in the university, at a point, I couldn't come to church because I was living in Choba. So I had to worship there. So my pastor then called me. "Sir, what happened now? I say, "Sir, it's not I don't come back every weekend. So I'm in school. Whenever I'm in school, that's why I don't come." He said, please, you will try everything possible to be coming, because whenever you hold the microphone, the offerings are higher."
Wonderful.
So he even had to start making small arrangements for transport logistics for me to say, "Okay, let's just provide your transport. Make sure you come from Uniport, come to church."
Interesting. So I'm imagining, how does that work? Is it that the people are more excited to give, or they dance more and they forget themselves, put their hand deeper into their bags and release?
However it happens, I don't know, but when he said it, I'll never forget that day. I laughed and laughed and laughed. He said, "No, don't lie. This is not funny. I'm telling you, very serious matter."
Wow. I'm trying to correlate, you know, praise and worship and then the giving. Wow, that's a good one. That's a beautiful one. Okay, we have a lot of people saying music is so many things to them. Music is so many things to them. As a music person, do you also get, how will I put it now? Do you also get the same feeling the people that listen to you talk about when you listen to other people that do the same kind of music that you do?
I do, sure.
Does it happen to you too that you get inspired?
Of course.
You get encouraged?
Sure, it does.
With your kind of music or with music generally. To you, what is music to you personally?
Music is about the content. You know, I was writing a piece last week Sunday. You know, something happened during church service, and most times, even during sermon, I can just sit down while someone is going on, and something clicks. I begin to write something. Perhaps a piece. I was writing a piece about the energy of ministration last Sunday, and I say music, especially gospel music, is about content. More of content.
Is it the lyrics or the message?
That's the message, and what the lyrics carry the message. Yes. That's the content I'm talking about. Unlike secular music, which is more about form.
Please, can you hold this thought? We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon. Welcome back. It's still your favorite program, My Story, His Glory. Alright, we're still with our guest in the house, Dr. Ovunda. We'd like to ask him a few more questions before we let him off the studio today. Alright, so in the era we are now, quite a large number of youths believe education is not the correct or the appropriate route to success. With the level of success you've achieved in the academia, in arts and media, and other things that you do, can you say what the society has to tell about youths pursuing other forms or other ways of success is the right path to take?
Well, I always tell my students, there is this cliche of school na scam.
That is it.
That they always say, and I tell them school no be scam.
And it's becoming more and more popular.
School no be scam. If to say school na scam, you won't see millionaires who still go back to school. They won't have to go back. People who are into business, maybe for economic reasons, they weren't able to go to the university.
Yeah.
They go into business and they become successful. They are millionaires, they have a lot of money. Yet they still come to do part-time program. Have you not asked yourself why? What do they stand to gain? School is not scam. You know, one thing with school is that it broadens your horizon.
Correct.
You know, I tell my students that you might not necessarily need to be an actor because you are in the Department of Theatre and Film Studies. That is why even people who are bankers are acting. Some who are lawyers are actors. That is how even you as a theatre person can go and work in the bank. What school does is to broaden your horizon. You may end up in that career, but what I say is not necessary is that by the time your horizon is broadened, you see life from a different
perspective. From a broader worldview.
Yeah, from a broader worldview. That is what education does to us. You know, it opens us up to opportunities to see things in a better way. Now, the youth of today are on a speed lane. You know, they're on a speed lane, and people want to make them by all means. You know,
they don't want to wait.
They don't want to wait, and it's not leading us to anywhere. I tell anybody who cares to listen that it is still very possible to make legitimate means of livelihood. That is the one that can last. You know, it doesn't move me that when we were, I think, between secondary school and university, you know, there were some of our friends and schoolmates those days who went to Gabon. Those days when Gabon was raining, and they came back with so much money. They were driving flashy cars, wearing singlets, wearing hoods as if they came back from the US. Man, if you didn't hold, the ones who couldn't hold themselves, the next batch they went. You know, some came back with money too. But you see, because such money didn't have a good foundation, they just, you know, evaporated. Yes. Today, most of them can't afford 3 square meals. Some are my seniors, some are my juniors. Most of them can't afford 3 square meals. Some who retraced their steps, who went and came back to made money, but still say, no, I think I should pursue a legitimate. They are doing well. They are doing well today. You know, it's never too late to say, let me to the right path.
No matter how late, how long you walk on the wrong path,
you can still come back.
You cannot make it the right path.
Yes, it's never. A U-turn to the right path is the best choice. Anytime. Anytime. So those people who made the U-turn and said, no, let me start up a small business. And they are doing well. They are doing well. No matter what they are doing. I mean, they are doing well. Those who didn't, who felt that some of them have ended very badly. Some of them have ended badly. Some have died. Some were killed.
You can imagine.
You know, yeah. Because you know all this bad business, at times when it doesn't pay, they go into some start stealing, some start doing robbery,
yes,
just to cover up.
Desperation.
Yes. And so that's the problem.
Okay, so education is still
Key.
Okay? We must encourage education. Education is not a scam.
No, it's not.
You heard it from a lecturer, you heard it from an artist, you heard it from someone that has gone through the streets, someone that has lived in a city like yours. He's saying to us that education is not a scam. Please, can you say that again once more to them?
School, not a scam.
School
They
is not a scam.
And youth of Nigeria, youth of the world, youth of our generation.
Listen and listen good.
School is not scam. Education is key. Education will open your mind to see things from a broader perspective.
He said education is key. One of my favorite mantras is keep educating yourself. It's an acronym. Key. Education is key. And also, knowledge empowers you. So whatever it is we can do to keep working on yourself, keep developing
updating,
yourself, keep updating
yes.
yourself. Just keep becoming a better you, and the future will be secured indeed. You'll be able to achieve the kind of success
You
that
learn, you unlearn, you relearn. Learn,
Basically.
unlearn, relearn.
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to find out about your music work or your musical work. Do you have anything cooking so far? Do you have anything right now that you're working on?
Yes, I have a new musical video that that will be premiering tomorrow. All for me. Oga Bata Bata is on. I've done Oga Bata Bata was composed early last year. I wrote that song and recorded early last year, but I did the video this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's one again. All for me. All for me is a track in the album I had in 2009. I just decided to
way back 2009.
Yeah, 2009. You know.
So is it a remix you're doing now?
Not a remix. I just took that track and I'm just doing a video of it.
Okay.
A music video of All For Me. You know, All For Me, you know, talks about how Christ did all for us. Came down from heaven, you know, even when we don't deserve it. You know, he paid his life and did it all for me.
Okay,
so I
it's
feel
about
that
the sacrifice
of Jesus. Yes. So I felt that as we're approaching Easter period, all those it's a good track that will be good for the screen, you know, in this kind of season.
So what should the viewers be expecting in this new video now for All For Me?
Yeah.
What,
you know,
what's the concept? They just have a
expecting
feel or
a beautiful concept. You know,
he doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag yet.
It's a rock and roll beat.
Whoa.
And the video concept we try to do back in the days kind of costume.
Wow, I'm sure looking forward to that.
So it's
definitely
just beautiful. You know?
Okay, stay tuned. We'll sometime very soon as it comes out, we'll assure you we are going to feature it on Live Center Network. Okay? Final words.
Yeah.
Would you want to give some parting words to our viewers out there? What would you want to advise them? You want to say a word of prayer? Anything just to say, just to give a word to our viewers out there? What would you want to say to them, sir?
I'd just like to say to whoever thinks that, or you have a feeling, or you have that gift in you, especially if it is music, but whatever it is, you know, keep working at it. Keep working at it, and the more you develop it to the service of humanity, you know, when you serve humanity, you are serving God, whether you like it or not. Especially if you are doing it diligently with a pure heart, God will open doors for you. The labor of your art will not be in vain.
Okay. So when you serve humanity, you are serving God. Ensure you find something to do to serve humanity. Humanity is people. Serve people.
Yeah.
Be good to people. Show love. Show kindness. Show mercy. Forgive people. Be a blessing to someone. Put a smile on someone's face. That's simply what serving humanity is about. Alright, thank you so very much. It's been an awesome time with you.
The pleasure is mine.
We are glad to have you. And do we have your word that when next we need you to be with us in the studio to share a thought or two, you can be here with us?
I will be here. I will be here. Just notify me in good time and I'll be here.
Thank you so very much. Alright, I'd love for you to do.
This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. My story, this is my
so very much.
My story, His glory. Like my late pastor George Zuma will always say, when a man arrives, he stops traveling. Most people who have achieved certain levels of success know that they are on a journey. These are humans with wisdom who have realized that success precedes success. They are aware that life's journeys are in milestones. Also, Pastor George Zuma once said, true success is not just achieving your desired goal, it is more about how you got there and who you become in the process of the vision. My story, His glory. We target folks who have transitioned from
Monsters to mentors, crises to Christ, obscurity to prominence, horror to hero, ridicule to miracle, grass to grace, weak to strong, bondage to freedom, thrash to treasure, broke to blessed, and much more.
There is no gain without pain, and no glory without a story. Nothing good comes easy, and not every bend is an end. My story, His glory, features folks who are proud to tell the story of how the Almighty God turned their lives around and made something beautiful out of it. There's something miraculous about the experience of salvation. When a man or woman gets born again, they receive the greatest miracle that can happen to a human, which is, of course, the miracle of transformation. I love the way the New American Standard Bible puts 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17. It says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, this person is a new creation. The old things are passed away. Behold, new things have come. Always set your reminders and keep watching my story, His glory. You'll be inspired to aspire to do and be much more of what you were originally designed to become. You will develop hunger to discover your purpose. You'll get practical wisdom to develop yourself and the courage to face temptations and challenges when they arise. Keep watching my story, His glory.